Ladies and gents, welcome to the next section in your class. Today we're talking about adding and subtracting polynomials. Before we get into the adding subtracting part, that's the easy part. We're not going to spend much time on that. We have to understand some definitions. So monomial, degree of monomial, and so on, so on, so on. And what are we going to do here? Well, I'm going to go through the definition. Okay, I'm going to write it down really fast here, and then I'm going to talk about it. Okay, so a monomial is a number, variable, or a product of numbers and variables. What does that mean? Well, what is a number? Well, I'm going to say the number is 10. What is a variable? I'm going to say a variable is x. What does a product mean? Product means multiplication. So numbers and variables, that means it could be like 10x, or it could be 10xy, or it could be 8x squared y to the third power. Those are considered monomials. Even if I throw a negative in there, that doesn't matter. Even if I throw a negative in there, that doesn't matter. Okay? So number, variable, or product of numbers and variables. The degree of a monomial is the sum of the exponents of all variables. Okay, so if we have a monomial here, we'll say we have 100x to the 0. We'll say we have, I don't know, 10x squared y, and we'll have negative 5x to the third y to the 6th. So the sum of the exponents of the variables. So the variable in this case is x. What's the exponent? 0. So that means my degree is just 0 for this one. This is a 2, that's a 1. So if I have 2 plus 1, then this is a 3. This one is a 3 plus the 6. And let's say I have a z to the 7 over here, just to be on the safe side. So 3 plus 6 plus 7 is 9, plus that is 16. So the degree on that last one would be 16. What is a polynomial? A polynomial is the sum or difference of monomials. So if we know a monomial is a number, a variable, or a product, so now if I take a bunch of those, or even take one of them, so for instance, that 10x is a polynomial. 10x plus 2 is also a polynomial. 10x squared plus 2x minus 1 is a polynomial. And I can go on and on and on. I can even say it's 3x squared y squared minus 7x to the third y to the 10. That's also a polynomial. So it's just a bunch of monomials. You could add them, you could subtract them, or you could just have them one at a time. What is standard form? Standard form is when you're writing a polynomial with the highest exponent first and then decreasing with subsequent terms. So what that means is if I had, say, an example would be, say, 2x plus 10x squared minus 1, 10x squared minus 1. This is not written in standard form. Standard form would be 10x squared plus 2x minus 1. Okay, this is 2, this is a 1, so it goes down. Or you can say, and in decreasing order, okay, you can say that too. And this is really x to the 0, so 2, 1, 0, okay? So that's how we do standard form. Coefficient of the first term is called the leading coefficient. So for instance, this, just because the first term is 2x doesn't mean the leading coefficient's 2. That doesn't matter. It's after I put it in standard form, what is the leading coefficient? That's 10. So this here, the leading coefficient would be 10. It's the coefficient of the leading term. The degree of a polynomial is just the greatest exponent of its term. So in the last example, I think it was 10x squared plus 2x minus 1. This is the leading term, so the degree would be 2. So this would be degree of 2. If it was, for instance, 3x, I don't want to do that one. Let's change that up a little bit. If it was 3x to the 10 minus 4x to the third plus 7, then it would be 10. So that degree would be a 10 because that's the highest. Okay. So this example, put it in standard form, identify the degree and the leading coefficient of the polynomial. So I want to put it in highest or greatest to least. Let's go that way. So the greatest is here because it's a 3. So it's 4x to the third. This is next plus 3x squared. This is after that minus 4x and then minus 2. So that is in standard form. Identify the degree. The highest exponent is 3. So this here is in standard form. I'm going to abbreviate as SF. The degree is 3 because it's 3. The leading coefficient, I'm going to abbreviate it LC, is 4. Okay? So the standard form right there, degree and then leading coefficient right there. Boom, boom, boom. Polynomial names. A monomial just has one term, meaning it's like 10x or 3x squared y to the 7. A binomial is 2 terms. What? Well, yeah, like 10x plus 7 or 3x minus 2 or x squared plus 7x. Those are all binomials. It has one plus or one minus sign. A trinomial is 3 terms. So like 3x squared plus 2x plus 1. It has 2 pluses or 2 minuses. I could say 4x to the third minus 2x squared minus x. Or a combination. Okay, I could even say 10x to the third minus 3x squared y to the 1, I don't know, plus y to the 7. It has to have 2 of either pluses or minuses, okay? So it's 3 terms. 1 term, 2 terms, 3 terms. Same thing with binomial. All right, enough for the definitions. Let's get into some example problems for adding, subtracting polynomials. This is going to be really, really easy. Just kind of bear with me here. You should be able to fly through this rest of this video here. So adding, because I have a polynomial and a polynomial with a plus sign, all I do is take the exponents that are the same. So this is the same as this. This one is the same as this one. This one is not the same as any of them. And this one is also different. So you notice how I put the same ones with 1 bar and then 2 bars with the same, and then 3 and 4 are different, so they put different ones. So because I'm adding, 5 plus 3 is 8, x to the third. Remember, when you add polynomials or add monomials, you just add the coefficient and then keep the exponent the same. So then number 2, okay, number 3, we're going to say this is 2x squared because I want to write it. I always want to write it in standard form. The problem might not be written that way, but my answer, I want it like that. Minus 3x. Oops, sorry, I made a mistake. There we go. I can combine this one and this one, which is 2x, and then plus 2. So there is your answer there. When I subtract, I can't just say 6 minus 4. Well, this is a -1, so it really multiplies to all of them. So I'm going to rewrite this just this different way here, just so we can see the difference. Negative times negative is positive. Negative times positive is negative. And negative times negative is positive. So now I have those are the same. Those are the same, and this is different. This is no common thread there. 6 plus 4 is 10x to the 5th. Keep the exponent the same. Minus 5x, negative 3, negative 2, plus 5 at the end. Can't do anything. That is it. That is in standard form. That's your final answer. All right. This one here, I got a couple of them. This is a negative, so I got to change it, right? I got to multiply them through. This is positive, so these will stay the same. So I'm just going to rewrite it. You don't have to if you don't want to. I'm just going to, just so I don't lose places. And this would be a good thing if some of you guys get distracted or lose place a lot. I would recommend writing it over again and make sure you rewrite it correctly. Otherwise, obviously, it's going to be wrong, okay? So obviously, negative times positive, negative times positive is negative, okay? I'm going to combine this one with this one. I'm going to combine this one with this one. I'm going to combine this one with that one and with that one. So you see there's 3 of them that are the same. And then this one is by itself. So 5 plus 1 is 6x to the 3. 2, negative 2 plus 5 is 3x squared. Negative 2 minus 4 is negative 6. Minus 8 is negative 14x. And then a plus 1 at the end. Again, standard form. I want you guys to try these last 2 here. Do it real quick as best as you can, and then please pause the video and then hit play.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Justin Bieber. Pause the video, please.
Okay, as you can see, I just wrote them again properly, and then I underlined what I need to underline. So 4 and 3 make a 1, 4 and minus 3, right? So it's 1m squared. I have negative m plus 10 is positive 9m. And then 2 plus 7 is 9. That is your answer for that one. Number 2 there, the second one, I combined, let's see what, negative 2n to the 3rd goes first, nothing goes with it. And then negative n squared and positive n squared, those are going to cancel out because they create 0. And then I get 2 minus 1 is 1 plus 1n. And then the negative 12 goes at the end, so that is your final answer there. All right, that's it for this section. If you have questions, please ask. Other than that, you are good to go.